Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today we are going to be discussing about one of the most important aspects of your engineering life, and that is backlogs. Now, why are we discussing about backlogs? Well, you see, when you go for the campus placements, your first impressions are gonna matter a lot. So when you go in and your interviewers gets to know that you had a backlog before, or even worse, you are still having a backlog, so it's not going to be a good impression on you, not only for campus placements but for your higher studies in good universities or for honors degrees and many other things. You need to avoid backlogs at your best cost, and that is my primary aim. My primary aim for this guide is to help you to avoid any sort of backlogs in your engineering. So, welcome to the full guide of how to avoid backlogs as an engineering student. So, let's begin. Let's make this extremely interesting and real. You entered in your college and you just found out that your college is autonomous. Life set here, right? No, calm down. There's nothing like autonomous means just free pass in college. There's no free pass in engineering college. Let me tell you a personal story. I have one classmate and he was extremely confident in our first meet. Like, he was saying this is autonomous college and we'll pass no matter what. It is extremely easy to get pass in autonomous college. You don't need to like study and struggle so hard before you did. He had the aura, he had the audacity, and he was like not taking his studies so seriously like other. So what happened was he got backlog in the first sem itself. So that's the horror which you need to avoid. Avoid this trap that autonomous or any kind of college is giving like free pass. Study as hard as you did before in your 12th or slash intermediate, if not even more, because engineering college you need to give your dedication and focus. Speaking of studying, so studying as hard as you can, it means studying everything every day and night. No, what I am trying to say is this is your entire unit 1 or chapter 1, whatever you call it. This is what your faculties teach you for your unit 1. For your exam, does the entire unit come? No, it will come this much. This is what the questions which will come in exam, the exact questions. So this is where my favorite strategy comes in: observing the pattern. Observing the pattern prevents you from studying the whole lesson and unnecessary waste to shrink it down this much. So this is your strategy: observing the pattern. It removes the unnecessary waste from your how can I say, it just reduces your burden of studying unnecessary waste, and you can focus on the necessary part. It is simple. Notice your class test, whatever class test your faculties are taking. You may see some questions, some set of questions repeating. See your examination previous test papers. You may observe some set of questions repeating. Observe your assignments, some important questions. So these things show the important part of your exam or important part of your unit. So revise these few particular questions, and for sure those particular questions are going to come for your exams. And by far this is the best strategy. If you want to take anything from this video, like just one thing if you can take, let it be this. This is the most important thing of your examination. I'll give my own personal example because I think this will motivate you further and give you a real life application. This was my physics, and everyone was scared of the physics exam. There was like extremely how can I say, tough questions, tough derivations, tough experiments, particle in 1D box, So many experiments were there, so many theories and calculations. It was so hard and so complicated. So was I was like so scared I'll get like backlog or something. It is so tough. What I did was I took a deep breath. I focused on what is important things that were taught in our class test assignments or previous test papers. I observed some few questions. For example, my unit 2 was lasers, and from that, all it was so big unit, but I focused on mainly two questions. One was ruby lasers and helium neon lasers. And by the grace of God, when the test paper came, it was ruby laser. I was so happy. It was for 10 marks. I was so fortunate enough, and I happily wrote the paper, and I fortunately got passed in that subject, while many of my classmates unfortunately failed. So this is where I studied very less. I'm sure they studied more than me, but their concentration got diluted, whereas my concentration was focused on some particular few questions and answers, and that exactly came to my paper. So this is how you apply this, and with less time and effort you get better results. So this part is my favorite one: personal faculty slash YouTube. Give your utmost best attention in your class. With minimal distractions, try to listen to your faculty, whatever they're teaching. Listen to them, and whatever doubts you're having, highlight them. If possible, try to personally approach the faculty and ask them your doubts, clear them. Now you may be like, bro, they don't teach good in class, what do you expect, why should we go to them again? Now to my answer to this solution to now my answer to your question is kind of a bit weird, but the faculties who are not like teaching good in class, they are like kind of good at teaching personally. They teach very good in person, like with good examples, and they give a bit more time and details in their answers. So yeah, personally approach your faculties. That's why I wrote personal faculty. This is really good strategy which I personally implement. So you can, let's say you still didn't understood, the explanation was still bad. At this stage, I love this. Without this, I couldn't have claimed I would have at least one backlog, and that was YouTube. Without YouTube, without those tutors on YouTube, I would have at least had one backlog. And because of the, if there was no YouTube, if YouTube was not there, I would have struggled a lot. This is your final resort. You can't understand anything from a faculty, even you approach personally. So enter you enter YouTube. So here you can get one of the best explanation from the best of the best people possible. Like I personally, for physics, I used to see Pankaj Gulati, and for mathematics, Gundar Agarwal. I can't remember. I'll just show their channel banners so you can see. These were some of the most important channels I used to see for my engineering. My C language exam was so bad for mids. I got so bad grades. I was like so shocked I'll have backlog in this subject, but because of YouTube, because of seeing and learning from YouTube channels, I grew, and happily I got a solid grade in C language exam. What Here's a personal recommendation for you. Whenever you see these videos, try to leave a like and share these videos to your friends who are struggling same in subject, and if possible, try to subscribe these channels, because they are teaching you for free, whereas other platforms like Byju's, Vedant, and you just name it, I respect them also for giving you information, but whereas these guys on YouTube, they are giving you for free, no cost. So that's at least the least thing you can do as a payback. Make sure to give a like, make sure to subscribe and share those videos to promote their this good ideology of their good education. So please show them some support, and like them, subscribe them, and promote their channel so that even others can benefit from you. So that's it. I'm gonna wrap up today's guide on how to avoid backlogs. So these were some of the most important things I learned from my 3 years of engineering college with Alhamdulillah zero backlogs. I've applied this and this has helped me, and I hope this will help you too. I hope you follow them and get real results. One thing last, if you want to get real results, you need to practice. Practice, practice, practice. Practice makes a man perfect. So, anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing and leaving this channel, as this will motivate me to further make this educational videos and help people like you. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.